It's
Hi,
good.
it's Jane with the Compassion Project, and I am here today with Abigail Joy. I call her Abby. Hey, Abby. Uh, we're going to play a game of Cool to Connect, and Abby is an absolute doll. I am so blessed to know her. I am. A little bit about this girl. She lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. She lives at the Dream House, which is a home for young women in need. And Abby is an inspiring young woman who I am lucky to have met through the Compassion Project. This girl has had a lot of challenges in her life, but she is honestly, you're just a beautiful spirit, and you have such a strength inside of you, and I admire you, Abby. So I feel you're going to do great things in your life. So we're going to play Cool to Connect. So what that is, I'll explain it quickly. These are the connection cards, and they were designed by Dana Clark from Heroic Humans. She lives in Toronto. And these are cards that create a deeper connection. So we have no idea what we're going to answer. We're going to answer 3 questions. And they're thought provoking. So they get us thinking. And it's just more about getting to know each other. Are you ready, Abby?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I haven't looked at these questions. I've done a lot of them, but I have a few left. So I'm going to shuffle them up.
You only have a little pile left.
I know, I've gone through them all, but there's about 12, I think. So I'll shuffle them up, see, so people know that I have no idea what we're going to answer, because it's not fair if I knew, right? All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll decide who goes first. Okay, first question. In what areas are you currently evolving?
Ooh.
That's a good question, because all of us need to grow and evolve and learn and become better. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first, because I got to think about that one.
Okay, so in what areas are you currently evolving? I mean, I'm 57. I should be pretty well evolved already, right? But I have a lot to learn. So I would say, for me, I feel like I'm really evolving in the area of being really present and grateful in my life. And I practice it all the time, and I find it really hard, because I find our brains are so busy and we can be way ahead of ourselves and worry all the time. And I'm trying so hard to constantly bring my thoughts back to the present moment, to being grateful. And even when I shower, like, instead of like worrying, I'm like, oh, I'm grateful for the water, and I'm grateful. I have to like constantly be like present moment, and then just go through my day more present, because I feel like I'm way happier when I'm in the present moment. There's more joy there than worry. And so that's where I'm really working hard, and I think I'm getting better. So I'd say I'm evolving more on that, being like grateful and present in the moment.
Right.
How about you?
It's a really good question, so I don't know how to answer it.
It is a good question. So people that just joined, so it's in what areas, it said areas, are you currently evolving? So like where you feel that you're growing and changing as a person.
I think I'm growing like in the aspect of, I used to be scared to ask for help from people because I didn't want to be like a needy person. So now, like, when I need help, I'm like, hey, can you help me with this? Because I know I can't do it by myself. Because like I used to be that little shy girl that like wouldn't ask for help and be like, no, I can do this. I'm a big girl. I can do it. And so I think I'm evolving in asking people for help when I need it.
Okay, Abby, that's amazing. Because honestly, that's amazing, because a lot of people are afraid to ask for help. We all need help. We all need connection. We all need, we just need people to help us in the world. And there's no shame in asking ever. And I believe the more you ask, the more you'll succeed in life. And so when you let go of that fear of kind of what people think, it's more about what are they going to think about me if I ask?
Right.
And really, we admire people that can ask. And I said that to my husband the other day. I said, there's something about Abby that I think you'll go far in life because you do ask. You do. You'll be like, I need help with this, and that you're taking charge of your life and you're making the right choices. Look at someone put up. See?
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
It's true. So that's really good. That's honestly, I love that answer. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So keep asking.
Okay.
That's why you're on here right now. She asked me, I'm going to play Cool to Connect. I'm like, okay. Again. Yeah. But you know what? We played, I think it was about 5 months ago. It was a while ago. Maybe not that long ago. But you have matured a lot since our first time I met you, for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Are you ready for the next question?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, second question. Who can you count on?
My mama.
Your mama?
Yeah,
And who's your mama?
Her name is Kendra. She lives in Oklahoma, and she is the sweetest person ever.
What's her name?
Kendra.
Kendra? Aw, and how did you meet her?
When I went to Oklahoma in November for the retreat I went to, it was just kind of a divine connection, kind of how we met. So
really,
it was like I knew I needed to be at this retreat, but I didn't know why. And then when I met you and heard your story, I knew that's why.
Aw, well, that's so good. We all need someone to count on. And actually, I think that's another thing about you too, is I think like because you live at the dream house, which is you like it there, right? Is it a good place to live? I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you still need that like I think like women in your life, and you do reach out and you do connect. Like you're always connecting with me. And so I think that it's amazing because you take charge and you're like, if you need someone, you'll reach out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't do that, but okay. Oh, I gotta answer it.
It's your turn.
Who can you count on? Well, my husband. I have to say my husband. Because my husband and I have been married for 34 years. I met him when I was 20. And he has always been there for me in down times and time, because I've had a lot of hard things I've gone through in my life, and he's always been there. And I know no matter what, he is there, like just knows me so well and never judges me, and he's always just loving. And yeah,
maybe I'll meet my husband when I turn 20.
Oh, and Abby turns 20 on Tuesday.
I do.
And we are going to do a live, and we're going to do an update chat to talk more about how she's been doing. Yeah, right? So someone put serendipity, the dream house. Tell us more. Do you want to tell a little bit about the dream house, what that is?
It's mostly for girls that, like, for me, it was when I like aged out and signed out of foster care, because I knew like foster care I was in foster care for 7-8 years, something like that. And like when I heard about this place, I was just like, okay. And they pretty much help young women like get back on their feet and really learn how to be a successful adult.
Wow, that's so good. So if you're coming out of foster care, would that be at 18 that you have to come out of foster care?
So for my state, you can stay until you're 21.
Oh, okay.
Which I was going to, and then when I found out about this place, I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be in foster care till I'm 21.
So this gives you your own room, and your own space. Now, do you have a kitchen or what there? So you have your own, is it like a little own studio apartment, your own?
No, we don't. We all have our own rooms, but we like share a kitchen and a dining room and a living room and stuff like that.
Okay. And it's all women, right, in there?
Yeah.
And look at that.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Aww. I don't know who this is. Type your name in so I know who it is. I'm guessing it's Rachel, but I'm not sure.
It probably is.
So, yeah, 7 years is a long time in foster care, isn't it? That's why I know that you have this amazing strength inside of you, because that's not an easy thing to go through. And it's the hard times in life where we grow. And some of us, I think, have, an easier time in childhood, and then things happen when we're older. We all have those challenges that we have to grow. Ready?
Yep.
Are we ready for the next one? Okay. Here we go. What is something you believed as a child that isn't true?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wow, is that ever a good one? I have to think about that too. What is something?
Somebody said happy birthday too. Did you see that?
Oh, that's on Tuesday. She's turning 20 on Tuesday. So here, oh, Cindy Hewitt.
it's a friend of Tegan's.
Oh, yeah, Cindy, thanks for watching. Abby's adorable. Okay, so what is something you believed as a child that isn't true? Can you think of something? I mean, it's a good question for you. Okay, do you want to go first?
You go first.
Me? Okay, child.
Last time.
What?
I went first last time.
Okay. What is something I believed as a child isn't true? Okay. I was the middle of 3 daughters, so I always felt, and I'm going to go a little bit more into like teens. When I was like 16, it's hard to, well, just as a child, 16. I felt like I wasn't noticed in the family, and I felt like I wasn't important. And so I went through a lot of hard times when I turned 16, 17, shouting for attention. I had an eating disorder. I went through criminal charges for shoplifting. I went sideways as a teenager because I think I was screaming to be seen, and I didn't feel important. But now, as an adult, and when I've done a lot of growth and work on myself, I realized that we can't go back to our past and blame. My parents loved me. They were going through their own things, and that actually was not true. I was important, and now I know that I'm in charge of how I think. I'm in charge of how I feel. And I was making this story in my head that I wasn't important. And as an adult, it's easy to blame and say, oh, I was a middle child, and my parents didn't notice me as much. And it's not true. It's not true. And I see it now, but it's hard to see it when you're in it.
Right.
So if I could go back and say to myself at 16, like, you are so important and you have so much value to add to the world, and you're going to do amazing things, and you're loved. I just didn't know that.
Right.
How about you?
I think mine kind of goes similar. Like, I wasn't worthy of the love of a family because of all the stuff I went through as a kid. And I always believed, like, I'm not going to have a family. Like, nobody's going to love me. Like, if I'm getting treated like this by my own family, then who's going to love me in the future, kind of thing. And, like, without the experience I went through as a kid, I wouldn't be where I am today, kind of thing. Because it's being in, like, mine kind of goes into my teens, too, because all of my teenage years were spent in foster care. So, like, I've met some really, really good families, but then I've met, like, really, really bad families.
So, Abby, can you explain, like, how old were you when you went into foster? So you were with an adoptive family.
Yeah, I was 12 when I went back into foster care.
Because you were adopted when you were like 3 months old, isn't that right?
Yeah.
3 months, and then you're with an adoptive family, but that wasn't a good situation. No, that wasn't really not a good situation. And then you ended up going into foster care when you were 12. And how many foster homes were you in?
25 plus.
I didn't know that. 25? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Why so many?
I don't know. That's just kind of how the foster care system is. It's so broken and sad that, like.
Aww. I wish you could have come to my home.
Well, I live in the States.
Well, and I haven't met you. Okay, but anyway, so then you went from foster homes, and then from when you were 12 to 19. Mm-hmm. Wow. So, all right. And so you didn't feel like you were worthy of the love of a family? Is that kind of how you felt?
Yeah, and like now with the last foster home I was in before I like went to college and stuff last year, my really made me realize, like, hey, I am worthy of the love of a family, because they have 3 kids, and I've always wanted like little siblings. Not my sister, who's 19, who's my sister is my age, but she's like a year younger, if that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
So like we're what they call Irish twins.
Yeah.
But like having little siblings made me realize, like, they're so innocent and they really don't know what I went through as a kid. So like I don't even need to worry about not being loved by them for the mistakes I've made.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And look at now this, I think it must be Cindy. You don't know it right now, maybe, but you are so blessed. 25 plus foster homes. Imagine how much you have learned and grown from this. Wow.
I've grown a lot from foster care. A lot. If you would have seen me when I was 12 and then if you would look back and see me when I was 12 and then look at me now, you would have been like, you were like that? And look at you now. Like, yeah, it was bad.
Wow. Well, you know what? We are.
Oh,
I know, just being so creative to put yourself out there. Oh, this game's fun. And Abby and I, yeah, we met about, I don't know, a couple months after I started the
June, May or June.
Yeah, and we did a chat a little bit about her story, and then we did a game of Cool to Connect, and so it's been a few months. But I'm going to bring her back on. So we're done the game. That was good. Those were some good questions, hey?
That was some good questions.
Yeah. So thank you for playing. And anyone that watches to the end, I'm going to bring her on Tuesday. It's her birthday. It's an update chat just to kind of catch up more on how she's been doing through the pandemic. And she's got some exciting things to talk about.
I do. I wish I could have said it now, but like, I'm going to wait.
Yeah. Wait till Tuesday. She's got some exciting things. So looking forward to it. All right. And then she said again, no one is perfect. Keep going, girl. Keep going, Abby. None of us are perfect. All right. Thank you. We're going to sign off. Thanks for watching. And you can catch Abby and I on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
2 my time.
2 o'clock your time. Yes. Okay. Okay. Bye. Thanks for watching.